Good morning, y'all. It's Ned over at My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D over at MPD, coming at you from Dumaguete City, the city of gentle people, Negros Oriental, the Philippines. Area code 6200 for all those interested in getting a hold of our fan club or our gift shop, where you can buy this great mug, Philippine Dreams. Michelle got this for me. It's pretty cool. All right, welcome to another episode. I'm trying to adjust the images in the background. I tried to put on some new images, but OBS kept on crashing when I had the new images up. Oh, that's a nice image of our old backyard with the old mattress in the backyard. That's nice. But today we're going to be talking about this week in the Philippines. Today is October 7th, 2016. It is 9:08 a.m. local time. If you're on the East Coast, it's 9 p.m. Thursday night. First off, I'd like to say good luck to all those in the path of Hurricane Matthew. I know it did a lot of damage to the Caribbean, and it's going on its way up the East Coast. Eastern Florida and South Carolina, the coastal areas of South Carolina. So good luck, and our thoughts are with you, especially Mom and Dad. All right, let's get right down into it. I got three things that I want to talk about today. And after each one that I talk about, we'll go to the comments to get some feedback, see if there's any feedback. So if you go to our website, I put up an article yesterday called This Week in the Philippines, News and Happenings That Can Affect Expat Life for October 6, 2016 rather. And basically, three things stood out from the Philippine CNN newsfeed this past week. Now, I know some of you guys, most actually, would prefer headlines from Philippines Fox Network, but despite a great deal of searching, I couldn't find it. A consolation, I will do the live cast today in a blonde wig and risque cocktail dress and try to channel Megyn Kelly. No relation. So I'm not actually going to do that. I couldn't find my blonde wig and cocktail dress, so we're just going to do it straight up in a wife beater and my ball cap. First up, arrested selfie developments. I'm going to read this right off of our website. Philippines Police Chief Ronald Bato de la Rosa issued a directive this past week urging his officers not to take selfies with arrested celebrities. Quick aside, Bato translate to stone in Bisaya and Tagalog, I believe. So I just tend to refer to him as The Rock. If you've ever seen this guy, and you can see him with the Senate investigations and stuff, he's a short, stocky, bullet-headed, bald, like bulldog of a guy, and he's actually pretty famous in the Philippines. He's a bit of a celebrity himself. The stocky chief of the Philippines National Police took this action following the release of a photo of two female officers taken with the actor Mark Anthony Fernandez, who was arrested this week for possession of 1 kilogram of marijuana. He got stopped at a checkpoint. There was an open bag, like a gym bag type container, and the officer saw something. And there was like a high-speed chase, and they eventually caught him. So two female officers took selfies with Mark Anthony Fernandez. The photo quickly went viral on Facebook, prompting the chief to take quick action. Bato made a public declaration stating, though I don't really see anything wrong with it being their commanding officer, but it would look bad to other criminals. It would look like we have a double standard. I take this to believe as other non-celebrity criminals would be upset having to settle for simply a mug shot, not a full-on, potentially viral shot of them with their arresting officers. The Rock, Superintendent Police Chief Ronald Bato de la Rosa, is very popular with the Philippines population, has had a starring role in the government hearing on extrajudicial killings in the Philippines, which at this time is over 3,100 people. I think that was the same number last week in the streets of this gentle island nation, seeking to deal with the moral decay of drug abuse. Chief De La Rosa brought his popularity up by adding, I understand that some officers can get starstruck. A lot of people also get starstruck with me. Now, there's actually a little, like a mascot that go around with the PNP sometimes, and the mascot is modeled after Police Chief Bato de la Rosa. So that's pretty interesting. So that's the first thing, taking selfies with celebrities, arrested celebrities. This Mark Anthony Fernandez is a local actor. He's not an international actor, but he's still pretty famous nonetheless, and he got caught with 2.2 pounds of marijuana, 1 kilogram of marijuana, which is a good amount of reefer. Back in Massachusetts, I think they decriminalized marijuana, and you can have up to an ounce on you. And an ounce is actually a lot of weed to have on you, but hey. Going to the comments. Ned in the house. Yep, Mr. Chung, that is me. Hi, Ned Filipina here from New York. Say hi to your partner, Mary Ann. I will say hi to Michelle. She's sleeping right now. She's actually behind that door over there. She stays up late. She gets off work like 10:30, 11, so she gets home late. Mary Ann, can you do a shout out, Ned? Sure. Mary Ann, hi. How's it going? All right. So, again, this is a live stream. This is coming to you live from the Philippines, courtesy of PLDT, our 8 megabyte, 0.5 megabyte upload plan. So there's going to be some buffering. I can't even actually look at the stream right now because it's running about, the video that it's displaying is about 30 to 45 seconds old. Wes asks, is Michelle going to do another spaghetti lunch for the unfortunate? Yeah, I miss doing that. We still have a lot of like bowls, containers, forks and all that stuff, and it doesn't cost all that much money. And we actually got money in the kitty. We'll see if we can do something like that in the near future. I think we still got like $300 in our donation kitty. And again, before we go into the next article, if you are going to take donations for anything, you got to be able to track those donations to keep it all up on the up and up. So what we do is one page over at our website has all the donors that have donated money, and it has all of our expenditures. With the donors, what we do is we usually list their first name, first full name, and the last initial, and the date they donated and how much money they donated. I had to think about that for a while. It's still early for me. Actually, I've been up since 5, so I've been up for almost 4.5 hours. And then with the expenditures, you got to go over and make sure you get copies of the receipts and all that stuff. So you got to have tracking of the insies and the outsies if you're going to be doing any type of stuff like this. We haven't done any for a while, and that's a shame. Maybe that's something we got to look at. All right, next article that we'll go to. 2 Chinese, 1 Russian, nabbed with 130 million pesos worth of cocaine. This one is pretty interesting, and it's pretty sad. 3 foreign nationals were arrested this past week at the Ninoy Aquino airport when inspectors discovered 28 kilograms of cocaine in their luggage worth an estimated 130 million pesos. 2 of the young suspects, and they were all pretty young, were Chinese nationals from Hong Kong, and one was a dapperly dressed young man from Russia. The 3 suspects allegedly flew out of Brazil, took a connecting flight in Dubai, and then landed in Manila. Customs officials perusing their luggage happened to come across the 28 kilograms of powdered cocaine and another 2 bottles of liquid cocaine. I didn't even know there was liquid cocaine. Oh, the times they are a-changing. Oddly enough, local Filipino authorities are saying that the 3 foreign suspects were not traveling together, but just happened to all be on the same flights. Following the discovery, the 3 suspects all claimed that they knew nothing of the drugs and that friends of theirs had asked them to carry luggage over to the Philippines for them. And I put air quotes around friends. Following drug testing, because they love to do drug testing here, the 3 foreigners were detained pending an inquest and probable indictment. Drug trafficking is a non-bailable offense in the Philippines and results in a lifetime incarceration. I've been in Philippine prisons here a few times and actually got some videos up, and if you go check out the videos, it's not that much fun. There's no air conditioning, so I wouldn't do well there. I'd be breaking out in hives. Airport security at the NAIA has been having a banner week this past week. A few days earlier, they arrested a 22-year-old Filipino who apparently tried to smuggle 5 kilograms of cocaine into the country. 28 kilos of cocaine is a lot of cocaine to have in your luggage. So those poor guys, and they're all young dudes, they're going to be, it's basically locked up abroad. It's a non-bailable offense, and it could take 4 or 5 years for a sentence to be passed down, and it's most likely going to be a life sentence in the Philippines. So that's kind of sad. And it's like the worst time to be doing anything with drugs in the Philippines. All right, so that's the second of 3 items we're looking at today. Hello from Nevada. Sorry, it's not Nevada. It's Nevada. From Nikki Fan 69. Davao Don, hello from Soprano Country, New Jersey, USA. What's going on? Jersey Shore. Hi Ned, tell us about the kids. George from Los Angeles. Well, we still have like half the kids in our neighborhood, and we see them all the time, and we got half the kids out at the house we built for them out in Beluga. And I actually I was at the post office the other day, and I ran into June, I ran into Nikki, and I ran into Nano, and it was really good to see them because I hadn't seen them for a while. And we got to swing by and see how they're doing. But June's doing a lot better. If you remember, his health was really bad there for a good long time. We helped out as much as we could with that, and he seems to be doing a lot better. So the kids are great. I mean, that's the Philippines has the cutest kids in the world. And yes, I'm stereotyping. Sorry. Bruce Bogan, Red Sox down 4-2 to the Indians. I don't watch baseball. Dun, dun. Hi Ned, Jim from Orlando, waiting for the hurricane to arrive. Yes, good luck with that, please, because my parents aren't too far from you. How do Filipinos feel about Duterte's comments towards the U.S.? I'm not sure. I do not engage. I know some Filipinos, but I do not engage in political discourse with them. He has a huge, his approval rating is through the roof. So, who knows? Yeah, and again, Davao Don says, are the kids doing in the house the world built? They're good. We'll do another video. We'll go out there sometime because we haven't seen them for a while. We'll get to check out what's going on. If anybody can give me any feedback on the buffering, how the video looks, I tried to change up the background with the slides, but the program that I'm using kept crashing when I tried to bring in the new images, so it didn't work out that well. Jimmy in Mississippi. All right, on to the third piece. Let's see. The final piece that we're going to look at, and this is all again stuff that might have an effect on expats living in the Philippines. And you know, there are some pronouncements coming from President Duterte targeting the U.S., targeting European Union, things like that. And he's looking towards Russia and China. I think the guy's actually pretty shrewd. I don't think he's a dummy. And I think he's trying to play everybody against everybody. I think he's, a little crazy like a fox there. And as a national leader, and the World Bank just announced that the Philippines once again has the most rapidly expanding economy in Asia. I think GDP increased by over 6.7%, and the World Bank is very happy about that. So despite all the other stuff, now I don't know if it's a case, with the GDP expanding like it does, because I don't pay enough attention to the stuff. Like after the recession in 2008 in the United States, there was a recovery, but it was like the top 5% of the population, monetary-wise, that benefited from that recovery. So I don't know exactly where all that money is going. So, and finally, when the police come a-knocking. The war against drugs in the Philippines is a very real thing, affecting just about every community around the Philippines. Alleged bad-acting Filipinos are being arrested, shot, and in some cases, as we noted above, having selfies taken with their arresting officers that quickly go viral. A recent tactic being taken by the National Police Forces, having officers go door-to-door to pass out flyers and request home inspections. Again, this is in regards to the war against drugs. Police officials are calling this Operation Tokhang, which is a contraction of Visayan Tok Tok, which is knock, and I think Tok Tok is also drum, and Hangyo, which is a plea or request. In Tagalog, it's pakiusap, something like that, pakiusap. Toseveral high-end locations in Makati were visited by officers seeking to gather information under Operation Tokhang and giving out printed materials regarding drug abuse. In one area of the opulent neighborhood, 59 high-end condominiums and 300 local establishments were approached by inquisitive inspectors. Of these, only 2 residents allowed their homes to be inspected. A local police superintendent was noted as saying that there was no drug issues there, as that part of Makati is a rich community, quote-unquote. It is. It's a nice area. Apparently, then, drug abuse is only affecting the poor. He went on to encourage residents of the area of the well-off community to inform on their neighbors if any drug activity is noted. I got to go back and do some editing, which can be done by filing a complaint with a barangay captain or local police. An interesting addition to Operation Tokhang, this door-to-door approach is information being passed around on social media that there will be a stickering aspect to the plan in which households who submit to drug testing will be given a drug-free house sticker by the authorities to place on their gate. If nothing else, and all constitutional issues aside, this is good news for the thousands of sticker shops all across the Philippines. So that's about it. Those are 3 things that I just wanted to look at, 3 things that have been going on in the Philippines. 3 things that I found interesting. The celebrities, the officers taking selfies with the celebrity that was arrested for possession of 1 kilogram of marijuana. The 3 foreign nationals who were busted with 28 kilograms of cocaine. And the house-to-house and the stickering program. Shit.
Condominiums and 300 local establishments were approached by inquisitive inspectors. Of these, only 2 residents allowed their homes to be inspected. A local police superintendent was noted as saying that there was no drug issues there, as that part of Makati is a rich community, quote unquote. It is. It's nice there. Apparently, then, drug abuse is only affecting the poor.
Oh, and we're back. So, yeah, we lost the live stream, and I think we left off with the police superintendent in that area saying that there was no drug activity in that part of Makati, as it's a rich community. Apparently then, drug abuse is only affecting the poor. He went on to encourage residents of the well-off community to inform on their neighbors if any drug activity is noted, which can be done by filing a complaint with the barangay captain or local police. An interesting addition to Operation Tokhang door-to-door approach is information being passed around on social media that there would be a stickering aspect to this plan in which households who submit to drug testing by authorities will be given a drug-free house sticker by them to put on their gate, the gate to their house. If nothing else, and all constitutional issues aside, this is good news for the thousands of sticker shops throughout the Philippines. Yeah, so those are the 3 subjects that I wanted to look at. The 3 foreign nationals who got pinched at the airport with 28 kilograms of cocaine. The police officers taking selfies with the celebrity that got busted with 1 kilo of marijuana. And this Operation Tokhang, which is going around door to door, and the police, getting involved and trying to address this drug situation. Alright, yep, back again. I'm back. Hand on chin is too serious. I can't do that. Okay, because I can't see myself live, so I don't know what's happening. How about thoughtful? Froze again. Jim says maybe they need China or Russia to come in and build the internet too. Yeah, that'd be great. Or, there was a thing that was supposed to go on with, I think, Telstra, which is Australian, and they were supposed to be partnering with San Miguel to create new internet infrastructure here, but that didn't happen. No, the power didn't go out. The internet here just sucks. Just a reality of living in the Philippines. So yeah, I'm going to try to do this 2 times a week on Fridays at 9 a.m. I'm going to do This Week in the Philippines. This is just an experiment, this format, to see how it works out. What I like about it is I don't have to take the video and go back and edit it all and process it and render it and do all that crap. I can just do the live stream and it gets posted up automatic. So I like that aspect of it. You're having to freestyle though, and basically fly by the seat of your pants, so it can be a little difficult. Hopefully over time, if this continues, I'll get better at it. Yeah, the sticker shops. They also have ID shops, and there's an area in, I forgot the name of it, there's an area in the NCR where you can basically get any kind of paperwork made. College degrees, passports, IDs, postal IDs. It's pretty crazy. Jorge Ramirez, I am learning Tagalog. How's yours? Mine is horrible. Yeah, I know like 12 words in Tagalog. That's about it. I'm still struggling with Bisaya. Oh, I am getting the warning from YouTube. Hi Ned, was Stinky the dog, Mark asks, was Stinky the dog that was beat up by the mean dog? Yeah, he was. If you remember him, he's dead now, but he got chewed up by that horrible... That dog was also a howler, not Stinky, but the dog that almost murdered him. And if you remember, Stinky was just lying in a little pile. He was all tore up. His throat was all cut up. It's tough. It's tough being a dog in the Philippines, and it's one of the things that bothers me, because we had that agreement when we domesticated dogs. We said, hey, listen, we're going to work together. We're going to partner up. We're going to, be more than the sum total of our individual sum parts. You'll come in, we'll give you some food, we'll give you some shelter, we'll give you some companionship, we'll tell you to chase, teach you how to chase tennis balls, and you'll protect us and, help us hunt and all that. And somewhere along the line, in some places around the world, and I'm not saying that the United States isn't like this, because in Boston, there was, with the pit bulls, fighting the pit bulls, it was a horror show. And when I was volunteering at one of the animal shelters around there, would always get pit bulls chewed up, beat up, and what they used to do is dump them off at the beach down in Quincy, down in Wollaston. So we'd have to deal with that. So violating that agreement, that domestication, that partnership is one of the things that bothers me about living here. Roger asks, hi Ned, sent you a message regarding teaching English in the Philippines. Any thoughts? I believe I responded to that. You can do it, but you're not allowed to work in the Philippines unless you get a work permit, which is kind of a pain in the butt to get. And it's got to come from the employer, and there's a lot of paperwork involved in that. What you'd probably be better off doing is getting your TEFL certification from a well-regarded school. Don't do one of these fly-by-night outfits. And then teaching English online, which is what a lot of people do to supplement their income, especially if you're a native English speaker from the United States, because we tend to have a much flatter accent than the Australians and the Brits. So they prefer that. They even actually prefer people from the Midwest because they have a real flat accent. But it's something that you can do. Are we still online? Did we lose it? But it's something that you can do to work remotely anywhere in the world as long as you have decent internet. And not this internet. Looks like it froze. I don't know what's going on. It shows 43 people watching, 22 minutes, 41 seconds into it. Can somebody leave a comment? Is this thing on? But that's something you can do. I mean, there's all different types of stuff. I do mostly SEO content writing. People give me subjects. They give me a word count. They give me the keywords, and I do things like that. So it makes pretty good money. So that's it for our live cast for 10/7/2016. It is now 9:31, and I'm going to be bouncing out here. Montreal City tried to ban the pit bull. Yeah, they can be a little aggressive. Jim says one aspect that needs improvement is adding Michelle. For while I appreciate your wit and humor, Michelle balances your more nefarious traits. Yeah, well, she's sleeping, so I can't do this. She doesn't get up till around 11 o'clock. And by 11 o'clock, I'm out the door trying to make things happen out there. Going to the gym, running errands, doing all that stuff. Dealing with the bureaucracy. Getting my visa done. Oh, God. So that's it. Michelle Eden asks, when you go back to the U.S., which Filipino food do you miss the most? I'd have to say Kini Lao and Halo Halo. Dave Bonds. Dave Bonds, Anders, Chuck, Lowly. Thank you very much, Roger. Chuck, cool. All right, y'all. Take care. Make sure, if we got our free ebook over on our website. It's 53 pages. It's a good resource. It talks about the good, the bad, and the ugly of living in the Philippines. If you want the more extended version, it's over 400 pages at this point. It's only $10.95. It's got a money-back guarantee. You can see the link in it down there. Check out our other videos. Go through our back videos. I'm actually thinking about redoing some of the earlier videos. That's just an idea. Until next time I'll be broadcasting is Monday morning at around 9 a.m. The 8 a.m. is just too early, plus I'm usually doing work then. So we'll do it at 9 a.m. on Monday. It'll be Q&A and just some more things that are going more on a personal nature here in the Philippines. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. This is Ned, and we will see you next time. Bye.